Hi everyone, we are back in business. It's great to be back with all of you as my 2019 fishing season starts. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you've been here before, here we go. The year has gotten off to a little bit of a slow start. You know how it goes, work gets in the way sometimes. I do love my job, but it's nice to have a great hobby in the summertime also. My first trip this year was to get my new haul out. I've got a new 2018 Hobie Pro Angler 14 haul. You may have watched a video last year where I said I had some issues with my seat breaking through the hull, and High Tempo Sports came through as well as Hobie, and I was able to get a brand new hull. It's got all the newest features from Hobie, and I'm excited to try them all out this 2019 season. My first trip, Linwood Lake, right here around Anoka County in Minnesota, and just getting out there, hoping for some panfish. The fish were still kind of in between. There was some in shallow and there's some out a little bit deeper. Lo and behold though, a frog bite was on. I had a little flurry in where there will be lily pads later in the summer, where I caught a couple of bass. No monsters, but my goodness, after a cold winter, it was just awesome getting some frog bass on the line. I'll have some footage of that trip, as well as a little bit of a walk around of the new boat. All right, here it is, the frog. I know it's early in the season, but it's been a long winter, so we'll see if there's any bass in here. If anything, we'll get the frog fishing started for the season. My second trip was to the Mille Lacs area. Last Saturday, I got up really early and decided to get to Mille Lacs. You can't get on the lake till about 6, so I was on there about 6:15, 6:30. And when I started out, it was just a bit choppy, and by the end, it was pretty wavy. So good test for the new boat. Didn't want to push it too much because things can happen pretty quickly, and with the water still being cold, I was just out there for a little bit. Had one northern hit in shallow. The weeds on Mille Lacs, for where I fish, I was on the west side, we're not up yet. So I'm hopeful that this last week has been nice and warm and those weeds start growing, and that's when I really start getting the northern smallmouth and even some largemouth on Mille Lacs. After taking a little break in the middle of the day, I decided to go to the north end and check it out. For you smallmouth fishermen, it looks like the bite might be on, especially on the north side, because it was just every landing was packed. And there was a lot of guys that looked like they were standing up and jigging. I don't know if the smallies are on their beds or if they were just roaming around the shallows there, but I saw a ton of people fishing smallies, as well as some launches out for walleyes. Don't forget, on Saturday, it's no longer legal to keep one walleye on Mille Lacs. June 1st started the catch and release season. So thinking about it, the landing that I usually go to that has no cars at it was full. I thought, well, maybe I'll go somewhere else because it was still a bit choppy. So I decided to go to the McGregor area. Got a buddy I work with. He gave me a tip on a little area that was producing some walleyes. If you watch my channel, I don't target walleyes a lot. I'm hoping to do a little bit of that this summer. Alright, so plan A didn't quite work out. Kind of windy today. I'll show you the trees here at this landing. So sometimes the good thing to do is find some shelter, and I think this river that I'm going to fish on is going to provide enough shelter from the wind because it bends around and you can find some calmer areas. I'm working on a hot tip from a buddy at work, and I'm hoping to get some walleyes, northerns, whatever will bite. Main thing is getting out there. I was just happy to be out. I'm hopeful that things will get fired up here pretty soon. So no monsters this week, but definitely a little bit of action. Another great thing about this trip, and probably one of the best things about fishing, is that I got to talk to somebody who was fishing from shore. Great guy, Isaiah. Thanks for being out there. It was great meeting you. Anyhow, it was great talking to Isaiah. He gave me a lot of good tips. He gave me another lake up by the McGregor area that I'm going to try out sometime this summer. All in all, it was a great day on the water.